tuning in to the Twin Theory Podcast, Episode 2. All right. And welcome back, everyone. This is the Twin Theory Podcast. Welcome back. Episode 2. Episode 2. So I hope you all really enjoyed episode 1 on Dirty 30. Dirty 30. We appreciate all the feedback that we've gotten. We've gotten so much feedback from that episode.
A lot of feedback. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. So we really appreciate you all listening to it. And we are excited about this episode today.
Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic. That is the topic for today. Oh, my goodness. I'm sure you've seen it on t-shirts. You've seen it on hashtags. You've seen it everywhere. Anything and everywhere you've seen Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic.
They even have the acronym now. BGM.
BGM.
Have Black Girl Magic, also known as BGM. We good with throwing acronyms on everything.
Yes.
So, anyway, let's get into this. Black Girl Magic. First off, let's start off with where did this Black Girl Magic come from? So, years ago, 2013, lady by the name of Kashawn Thompson, she kind of founded this whole concept of Black Girl Magic. For her, it was a way to celebrate the beauty, the power, and the resilience of Black women. And to just, congratulate Black women on their accomplishments. So the whole premise of this was just, created to acknowledge Black women around the world who were persevering despite adversity and just kind of create this culture of love and respect and celebration for Black women. With that being said, Marissa, how do you feel? What is this Black Girl Magic to you?
I think it's exactly what you explained. But when I think of Black Girl Magic, I immediately think of strength. Like if you pull up Webster's and look up Black Girl Magic, right beside it, it's going to say.
Webster's?
No, it's not, but I'm just saying.
I was going to say, what?
No, but if you did pull up Webster's and looked up Black Girl Magic, it would say strength. And that's exactly what I think of when I hear Black Girl Magic. I think of Black women who get up every day, and despite the things that may come their way, any stereotypes thrown at them, things in the media and politically that are said against them, they still get up and decide, despite that, I'm going to go to work and be the best employee I can be, the best supervisor I can be. I'm going to be the best mom I can be, the best grandma, cousin, aunt, who you name it, despite the things that are thrown at her, she still moves by that. So it's like a strength, if you will, in a focus and desire to get up and move past what is being said against you. So Black Girl Magic, that's what Black Girl Magic is to me.
Black Girl Magic, when I think of Black Girl Magic, I think of some of the same things that you mentioned. Definitely, I think that it identifies strength. But really, I think to me, it's simple. It's just a definition of a Black woman. Like just everything that a Black woman embodies. I think that, yes, it identifies her strength. I think it identifies her struggle and her perseverance through all of the things that Black women face every single day. And I think that it's just a simple definition. Like you said, you go to Webster and you look at Black Girl Magic and you see strength. I think Black Girl Magic is just equally defined female, Black female. That's all I would think. If I looked in Webster and I typed in Black Girl Magic, if I go to Urban Dictionary and I type in Black Girl Magic, I think it should just say equal Black woman. Because I think it is something that is in every single Black woman.
It's innate. You're just born with it.
You're just born with it. It's really simply put. I think, sometimes we got a whole bunch of things, and I think that's good. All these characteristics that, kind of create this Black Girl Magic, but I think it's simple. It's just equals Black woman.
Understood. Okay.
So, with that being said, and everything that you mentioned, all the things, you just listed a whole bunch of things that this Black Girl Magic meant to you, what you think it means. do you think there are unrealistic expectations associated with this black girl magic?
So, yeah, I do think that it is an unrealistic expectation associated with Black Girl Magic. Primarily because, yes, Black Girl Magic is strength and resiliency, but at the same time, Black Girl Magic isn't always 24/7.
Mm.
Sometimes, as a Black woman, you do have low self esteem, or you do fall into a depressed mode, or you do
Mm-hmm.
get sad, and that's absolutely okay because you are human. And so you do have your black girl magic moments where, you're out there and you're killing it. But at the same time, even when you aren't feeling your greatest, you still are black girl magic, right? You're still a black woman, and it's okay to have the highs with the lows. And those two things, make you who you are, and still there's still black girl magic there. So
Okay.
I think that there is a unrealistic expectation of black girl magic is always you going out there and you knocking it out the park and you being the leader and you knowing exactly what to do. There is a side of that that it doesn't always look like that, but you're still killing it even when you don't feel like it.
Okay. And I like the point that you made that you're still human. I think that's a big point. When I think of it, I do think there's some unrealistic expectations that come from it. I do think that the whole Black Girl Magic movement, the culture, like the expression, everything was meant for the positive uplifting of Black women. But I do think as a Black woman, there are a lot of unrealistic expectations. I can tell you, anytime I go to present or I got an interview or something, I'm like, ooh, Lord, they think I'm going to be Michelle Obama. And you know what?
Okay.
I'm good, but I ain't Michelle Obama good.
Right.
Like, I'm just Courtney good.
Right.
I'm just regular Courtney
And
good.
Courtney Good is okay
This is
though.
good. It's good.
Courtney Girl is still Black Girl Magic. It's
Yeah,
still Black
I'm
Girl
still a
Magic.
form of Black Girl Magic.
Yes.
I'm just not Michelle Obama Black Girl Magic.
Right.
You
You
know what
have
I'm
your
saying?
own
Like,
unique
I have
Black Girl
my own.
Magic.
So I do think that a lot of these like unrealistic expectations, man, like they kind of mount up a lot.
Yes.
Like I do think for those people, I can't really speak on behalf of somebody who's not a Black woman, but just from what I feel sometimes being in situations where I'm around, other people that are not, Black women, I feel like there's a lot of expectations that come from that. They want me to be 100% on 24/7.
Yes.
And it is like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Like, I just woke up. What y'all talking about? I just woke up and tuned in to this, telecon, and just like you did, and give me 5 minutes to drink
Just
my
to get
tea or
together.
coffee and get
Yes.
myself together. Like,
Yes.
what? So, definitely unrealistic expectations across the board. So, with these unrealistic expectations, do you think, and I think you tapped on it a little bit, but do you think that it puts pressure on Black women?
Yes, because I think that, with, as you said, the Michelle Obama and other Oprah, a lot of people think of that sometimes. And so depending on what you're doing, people expect that. They're like, oh, she's running this, or she's the director of that, so she's supposed to do this here. And I think that sometimes Black women start trying to be that. Not saying that Oprah and Michelle Obama aren't great, but instead of embodying who they are and their talents and what they're good at, they start trying to fit into other modes of top tier Black women. And it's like, well, you're just as good. You just have your own uniqueness there. But sometimes there's the pressure to fall in line, if you will, and to line up with that.
Well, I think another point is Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey are human.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm gonna tell, and Beyonce and everybody that you want to throw in the category, like, I can tell y'all that they not on 100% all the time.
Oh no.
Maybe they on when y'all see them, they got their speech and stuff together and all of that. Yes. But I can tell y'all, okay, like they not on 100% of the time. So y'all gotta let that go.
Yes.
Okay, like y'all gotta let that go. Definitely, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of pressure associated with it. Me personally, I feel the pressure. I feel like every day that I go into work, And I know that I am one black woman of very few, at my job. And so I feel like that expectation is just a mountain. Anytime I have to give a presentation, anytime I have to maybe interview or be put on the spot or presented, in a public, way, great gracious. I mean, it's like every time I walk in there, I'm just thinking like, okay, what my hair look like? What did my clothes look like? What does my breath smell like? I think these are things that regular people think about, but it's like amplified
to the next
to the
degree.
next level. It's like you don't want to stutter during the presentation because you're
Right.
like, oh God, I messed up already.
Right. But I also think too some of the pressure comes from trying to show that black women aren't this stereotype of how we're kind of what we're placed into and what's been thrown on us. So when you do find yourself in those positions where you are the only black woman, sometimes you feel not just that you're doing this for you, but you're doing this like for all black women.
Oh,
It's like
absolutely.
I'm doing this, and I got all the black women here
Oh,
because I know if I mess up in any regard, like that's going to be
that's it.
passed
They
down.
cutting
Right,
it.
right. That's going to
We
be passed
definitely not
down.
harming no black women
Exactly,
in this position.
exactly.
Like,
They pass
next.
it down to all black women. So when you stand there, it's like I'm not just standing here for me. I'm standing here for us.
On behalf of
Yeah, on behalf
everybody.
of everybody, because depending on how I do depends on how everybody
The
else is
next girl,
viewed.
the next woman
Exactly.
that's coming
So
to the
I
plate.
think that's where some of that pressure comes from as well. Yeah.
So, along with the unrealistic expectations and the pressure that comes with it, I will say that it's really difficult to kind of balance this topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because black girls are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is that I think that black girl magic can be amplified.
Yes.
Like, what are some ways you think it can be amplified?
Well, yes. So Black Girl Magic just doesn't have to be a solo trip. I think to amplify it, throw some more black women in there.
Absolutely,
I mean,
baby.
whenever you think of anything where it's like, oh, it's a team of black women, everybody automatically is like, oh man,
Woo!
they know that, they got it all together. They got, all the T's crossed, all the I's dotted, and they're going to come through swinging. So it's like, prepare yourself. I mean, ask a brother. He's going to be like, oh, a bunch of black women, like, oh, you got to regroup. So I feel like amplifying it, like, yes, tag in some more black women, and it's just going to go from 100 to 1,000, because you got all that creativity, all that uniqueness, and when everybody is on the same page and moving in the same direction, it's killer. It's knockout.
It's like the dream team.
Yes.
You see a group of black females together coming and joining in and representing the same cause and having the same goal, and it's just kind of like, all right, everybody else is going for second place. It's almost like, ooh, I know that they have it covered from top to bottom, but again, that puts you in a position that is like, well, that's sometimes I feel like that's why other people put these expectations on us, because they know like, hey, we can step up to the plate.
Yes.
And, like we can step up to the plate and we can have everything just 100% polished.
Right.
And I think that's what makes it difficult. I think it's more so just kind of reinforcing that, yes, we can do this and we can present something really, really great, but at the same time understand that we're human.
Mm-hmm.
And that this greatness is inside of us. Yes, baby, I believe that I was born with greatness. Okay, hallelujah.
Yes, amen.
But at the same time, it takes work. This didn't just happen. Okay,
right.
Like this took a lot of research. Just took a lot of honing of skills and
right.
and a whole bunch of stuff to kind of put this thing together. We didn't just walk out here and it was
right.
So I think that there is that relationship that people need to understand. It's like, yes, you see a black woman and you automatically think like, oh yeah, she got it on point. If she's walking in, definitely, if she's walking in a courtroom and she's a lawyer, you thinking like, woo, we might lose this one. Like,
right.
Like you can just tell by the way she walked in the courtroom, like, it's over. Like,
right, because she had to do like so much just to get there.
Just her presence, just her physical presence. It's like, this might be over.
Yeah. So kind of to bring it back when you were saying amplified, I think the unique thing that we have being Black women, but also being twins, is that we've worked together with each other our
Our
entire
entire
life. So
life.
we know what it means to team up some Black women, right?
Yeah.
I know, me alone, Riss, I can do great things, and you alone, Courtney, you can do great things. But when we come together, things like Twin Theory podcast happen, right? Like when we come together, like they're right. You see what I mean? When we come together, like things happen, like for real, for real. And so I think just being Black women and being twins is kind of clued us into that. Like when you start tagging us together and bringing us together, we can really get out there and start swinging, if you will.
So where does this? I kind of want to go backwards to where does it come from, but not specifically where does the Black Girl Magic phrase come from, but what does that as a thing, that Black Girl Magic, where does that come from to you? Do you think we say it's something that we're born with? I think it is something that I have gotten from the Black female role models in my life.
Definitely.
Like all of the Black female role models in my life, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins, my big sisters, like they, man, like just trying to amount to
I agree.
half of
Yes.
what they were. I feel like that to me is where specifically this Black girl magic comes from. It came well before 2013. I think we just defined it in 2013.
Yes.
And I really think that, at least for me, it comes from those positive Black female role models in my life. What do you think?
I mean, I agree 100%. I mean, just sitting back, and I remember in college having like a low moment, and this is when Michelle Obama was first lady, and she was getting like heavily criticized. And then I was thinking like, man, I'm trying to be the best me, and I'm even looking at her and she's being the best her, and she's still kind of being criticized and people are still coming at her. And so it was tough for me just as being a Black woman trying to be the best me. But then I started looking around at, again, my mom and other Black women in my family, godmothers, just everybody, and they're still getting up each day, putting on one shoe on one foot and one shoe on the other, and taking it as it comes. And they're still picking up my calls and being awesome, within the family, but then they're also doing things in their community and doing things on their job. And despite what is being said and what is being done in the world, they're still getting up and putting that cape on their back. And so I'm like, well, they're doing that. If they got that blood pumping in them, I got that blood pumping in me too. And so, yeah, as you said, I mean, it started way past 2013. It just got fully defined there. But I think just getting up and seeing that and seeing Black women just get up and do it, despite, is what really encourages me. And I would even say, for Black women, especially, we were talking about turning 30 and kind of changing, and we have, folks younger than us now in their 20s and their teens and that sort of thing that are looking at us. And I think it's something that we need to model for them as well, so they can see that. And as they get older, they want to do the very same thing. And then it'll just continue that cycle of Black girl magic.
And what you're saying, I think, is really good. And I like where you ended with that, with the being the role model for that next generation of Black women. One thing I do think that, to kind of put this whole thing full circle, is everything that you just said, I think defines Black girl magic, but I also think it defines strong Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in order for us to move into kind of like this next phase of acknowledging, like, yes, Black women are strong, and we are creative of magic.
Yes.
Magical fantasticness. I think that we all, I think we do have this, but for that next generation of Black women, I think that it's important for us to explain to them that they can also be human.
Yes.
I think that is something that I think that's not just to them. I say to them, but I think for all of society to understand that, yes, Black women are strong,
mm-hmm.
but we are also human.
We are human.
So please treat us as though we are also human.
Right.
Right. I think that is where we, because honestly, before the Black Girl Magic, it was a strong Black woman. You know, to me, it's all equating to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All has the same definition. But the only way we can kind of break away from these unrealistic expectations and this pressure that's always looming over us is to be able to tell that next generation and to tell our peers to influence society to let them know, like, hey, we're human.
Yes.
Hey, we are human, and we like to be on top of it. We like to have all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, baby.
Right.
But at the same time, we're human.
Yeah, there's going to be times where that crown tilts to the side,
you know,
and we need somebody to tilt the crown back up.
We need some time to be able to, you know, get in tune with ourselves. We don't know everything. We need time to just be able to appreciate ourselves and get to know ourselves and be able to check on our mental health and make sure that we're okay.
Right.
And that is okay. And
that's absolutely okay.
I think that's the second part, is letting them know that that's okay. Yeah. It's okay to be able to do that, to not be in a position where, you know, your magicalness is always as vibrant. Maybe it's a portion or a time in your life where it's not always sparkling as much. You still got it in you, right. But it's just a point where maybe you need to focus on something else or work on something else.
Got to reset.
And hit that reset button. And so definitely Black Girl Magic, it's in every female, but we're also human.
Yes, we're also human.
And everybody need to realize that.
Everybody needs to.
So, yeah. Whew.
That was good.
Good gracious.
Yeah, I hope that inspires somebody and they can take that and just, you know, run with it. And for those women that are older than us that have been, you know, doing it for years, just, you know, we see you and we appreciate that. And, you know, you doing it and getting after it every day just inspires us even more and inspires us to inspire the next generation.
Exactly. Yeah. You're hitting it right on. Definitely, I encourage all those out there, please give your Black women their roses while they can smell them. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I think sometimes too often we just expect and have these expectations, and so we never, you know, can celebrate each other. Mm-hmm. So I think it's good to be able to take some time to actually just celebrate each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Now, how are we going to start this? Strong Black girl equals magic. Black girl magic equals human.
Right.
Initiative equals...
So somebody let us know what the next tag is going to be.
Somebody let us know. And speaking of somebody let us know, definitely, we always want to hear your feedback. For those that are subscribed to the different podcasting platforms that we have, definitely, if you can leave a review there. We are up on YouTube, so you can look at Twin Theory Podcast on YouTube and find us, and you can leave some comments in the comment section of the video, or you can simply just email us if you have any comments, any feedback, anything. We so loved your feedback and all the comments and everything you had from the first episode, Dirty 30. And yeah, we really interested in listening to some of your feedback and some of your thoughts. What does Black Girl Magic mean to you? You know, do you think there are unrealistic expectations associated with it? How about this one? Has it affected you positively or negatively? If you're a Black female, how has that stigma, if you will, kind of, you know, affected you? The email is twintheorypodcasters@gmail.com.
So it's Twin Theory Podcasters, ERS.
PODCASTERS.
He's so goofy.
I just had to, you know.
So podcasters.
Phonetically or
Twin
whatever. Twin
Theory Podcasters @gmail.com.
At gmail.com. We do want to hear your feedback. And with that, we're going to let y'all go. And definitely make sure you subscribe to whatever platform you're listening to us on, or to our YouTube channel, and so that you will get that notification. Turn your notifications on so you'll get the notification for the next episode.
Yes.
You all stay blessed. Stay 6 feet apart. Mm-hmm. Make sure you keep wearing your mask, okay?
Please wear your mask. We look forward to chatting with you soon.
All right,
stay tuned for the next episode.